Alright, this is part 2 of a replay that I had on usEast. I'm going to name this Never Give Up. Um, Good comeback here. So now the army is just going ahead and trying to take this out. So at this point, my partner PM test has dropped. So PM test is no longer there, and we have to go ahead and try to get unit control on him, unfortunately. My footman, now with the archers out of position, I'm able to take down a couple archers pretty quickly, and I'm able to go ahead and produce mass footmen out of my double barracks. Unfortunately, that clap was a really good clap, slowing a lot of my units in. Sorceress is now trying to join in on the fight, trying to slow in units as well. Paladin trying to do some healing, trying to heal some units back and forth, and a couple low hit point units. I get a shadow strike on my paladin, unfortunately, and I'm trying to go ahead and trying to push this back. Double water elementals should probably be turning around and just trying to do some damage as I'm fleeing. I'm losing some units to the Fire Lord ability, and that causes some explosion damage as well. And now we have the warden that's now going to go ahead and come in. So right now, I'm assuming that our opponents think that they got this one in the bag. Unfortunately, they don't know that I have an expansion, and my partner also has an expansion, and is going to be producing units as well. So here we have the main hall of Gutty going down a mere 10 minutes into the game. Mass footmen with mass archers with Ancient of War as backup, just wrecking everything. Those archers are upgraded. Some of them are 2-0, so they're just doing a lot of damage at this point. Now, I figure that, you know what, I need to be able to, change this game a lot. And those Ancient of Wars are going to be a problem, so I'm going to go ahead and start trying to produce Griffins. I'm also going to... Unfortunately, I forgot that I did not have a barracks, so I'm not going to be able to upgrade the animal war training until a little bit later, but I'll go ahead and show you that when the time comes. So just trying to regroup, trying to stay calm, just trying to make sure that we don't do any stupid plays right now. Here we have our opponents now starting to finally produce some other units besides footmen, besides tier 1 units. We do have priests, sorceresses, demolishers in play, and now we have the opponent trying to go ahead and push in. We have I'm quickly drop a water elemental, trying to make this so that the archers fight on the hill. I do see hippogriffs, and that, it makes me sad a little bit, because I do know that I am producing want to go air. And we have the warden now trying to push back in. There's a low hit point Fire Lord that I want to try to get to, but unfortunately I'm unable to get to, and we're taking a lot of damage here. This fight is still not very good for us. I'm currently sitting at 40 food. Partner's probably sitting around 40 food. Mountain King gets a very, very nice clap in there. My Archmage is taking some, or my Paladin's taking some damage. I think a unit goes down perfectly at the right time as he gets focus fire, so I'm able to go ahead and use a Divine Shield to protect myself, not take any damage from that Shadow Strike. And here we just have mass footmen trying to come in. I go ahead and I call to arms one more time, and trying to protect all these units. And Paladin should really try to be doing some healing. And this fight starts to go our way a little bit, because they do not want to give us too much. If my Archmage is currently sitting there and he gets surrounded and I lose him like a fool, down goes my Archmage. But if you see, there's a lot of units in the red, and the more units that are in the red, the worse it's going to be. I go ahead and I try to call to arms even more units, and those militia are going to be able to take down those very, very low hit point guys pretty quickly. We do have a lightning shield going down as well, so the lightning shield now, Gutty is doing a good job trying to move him to the back, and we have a Dust of Appearance, and the Blade Master is going after the Fire Lord, unable to get the Fire Lord, and the Blade Master is now taking damage. I quickly come in, do a nice Holy Light to save that Blade Master, and he's able to go ahead and pull to the back. Those hippogriffs are just standing there, not really being able to do anything. He should probably be mounted. I grab my Mountain King and start to join the fight, and I do have Griffins now, so those Griffins are going to be able to really help in this fight. I'm going to go ahead and try to grab my militia or my peasants back now, and we do have my partner in control of Pem Test 182, doing a good job just starting to produce tanks now, or not tanks, the tanking unit, the Tauren. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start resurrecting my Archmage. I realize that I don't have my barracks, I believe. I'm currently sitting at max food because I don't have enough farms like a fool. So I'm trying to just produce as many units as I can. I get a Staff of Sanctuary for my Paladin so that my Paladin can quickly heal. Asking for some wood so that I can produce more units. And this has got to be discouraging. At this time, I don't think that that my opponents know truly like how good in a good of a position that we are. What the F are you doing is going mass chimeras. Meanwhile, at the same time, the other Night Elf player is going mass hippogriffs. So how are we going to counter this? Those Dragon Hawks are not going to be able to easily counter this. Here, we have a Demolisher getting focused down by a, by a Beastmaster. I'm going to go ahead and speed this game up just a little bit. Beastmaster gets to level 2, and the Beastmaster unfortunately is going to go down. What the F are you doing? Is probably not watching this too carefully, and it does go down. Now he's going to go ahead and try to focus on the Fire Lord. Fire Lord is going to go ahead and teleport away. Partner is now producing Shamans and Taurens, so very, very nice job coming from him. I'm getting... I do see an Ancient of War trying to take this down. I'm like, yeah, Ancient of War, no problem. Griffins, down goes an Ancient of War. And now we do have What the F are you doing is trying to do an expansion here. We are going to go ahead and deny this expansion and take down the Ancient of Wars and take down the Tree of Life. So Griffins now, we see Mass Knights coming into play. I'm going to go ahead and push this back into single speed again, as we do have Bloodlusted Shaman trying to go after. We have a Purge on the Mountain King, very nicely done, making him move very, very slowly. I'm trying to get a bolt off on him. I think try to get a bolt off on him. I think this is my little bit of a mix-up between what's on F2 and F3. I get a bolt off finally, and I'm able to take this down. I see Chimeras now, and the Chimeras are just raping us. But at the same time, I'm able to rape the Mass Knights of the other army. And we do have more heroes in play, so what the F are you doing is trying to go ahead and trying to pull to the back as they're fighting. My Griffins are now trying to focus down those Chimeras, and as the Chimeras are trying to focus down those Grunts, Chimeras are going down, and we have mass teleportation, and now we have those Archers and Hippogriffs just doing a great job of eating up in my army. And at this point, I know I'm going to have to pull back and change my strategy and go from Griffin Riders to Dragon Hawks, always changing my strategy, making sure that I'm countering, I have the units to counter what my opponent is throwing at me. Those Shaman are doing a good job as well, but those Chimeras are just pulling off too much. Archmage is going to have to go ahead and have to try to teleport out. I'm going to go ahead and try to teleport out. I do have, I don't know why I don't staff that low hit point Griffin. I think I do at some point. But I'm going to go ahead and start producing Dragon Hawks instead. So I'm pumping Dragon Hawks from double Griffin Aviaries. And I think I have, yes, a Griffin Rider that's getting healed currently from a Staff of Sanctuary. Partners, the opponents still don't know about this expansion in both of these territories. They shouldn't have pushed the main. They should have really been pushing the expansion, because trying to take out the main base would have been too much. If you ensure that your opponent doesn't have an economic advantage, then they really can't do anything. There's about 8 Chimeras there, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna counter those 8 Chimera with 6 Dragon Hawks and some Griffins as well. But unfortunately, we do have Hippogriff Riders, so those Hippogriff Riders trying to take down that lumber mill really quickly come in, shackling the whole entire army up here, doing a good amount of damage here. The Archers now trying to come in, and the Hippogriffs trying to come in as well. I'm trying to bolt those Hippogriffs, because the Hippogriffs are really what's causing, what's really shifting this fight. So a lot of air units unable to really see what's happening down below. Archmage is now sitting at level 5. Unfortunately for those Chimeras that are trying to take down that Archmage, the Archmage is... Do I heal my Archmage, or do I let him die here? Don't tell me I let him die here. I do let him die, don't I? Yes, I do. Yeah, misplay. I do have a level 3 had a level 3 paladin that was able to heal it, but I did not go for it. So now, but the Griffins are going to go ahead and try to take down the rest of the army, trying to push it to the back. And now I have a level 4 paladin, a level 3 mountain king, and a level 5 archmage that's currently being resurrected. And here we have, I'm going to go ahead and try to take down this hippogriff. It gets purged. And stay tuned for part 3 and hopefully the conclusion of this replay.